All right, we're back. Hello. Sorry about that. App crashed on me. We're back here on Instagram. Ryan will be joining me in a second. We'll let you guys get back in here, and we'll do that whole thing as we'll let the crowd grow, as we like to do here. Ryan will be jumping in. We'll get back into some more talk about Money in the Bank, both sides of it. And we were just talking about Apollo Crews, what happened to him. On tonight's show on Monday Night Raw, we'll be getting your questions in as well. I've seen some people say they thought maybe Aleister Black could win the Money in the Bank match up at the men's Money in the Bank matchup that will be happening at the corporate headquarters shortly. Waiting for Ryan here. He's saying ready whenever. Ryan, I will request you as soon as I see you. Let's see if I can find you. And then we can do this. WWE The Bump. I don't see you in here, Ryan, which is obviously a problem. All right, let's see if I can get him in here myself. I'm going to do this. There he is. All right, here we go. Ryan. The Bump. And as soon as you join us, we will continue our conversation as we are connecting with Ryan Popola. And we are back. And we're not going to say anything more than let's talk more about Monday Night Raw.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about this here, Ryan, because, as of course, my signal goes out on my TV as I'm trying to watch you. But go ahead. Ryan, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you're Apollo Crews right now.
Yeah, I'm bummed about that. I'm bummed about Instagram not working. I'm bummed about all of it.
Can you see me at least?
I can see you. This is. I just want to be trepidatious, you know?
Okay, listen. Let's get back into Money in the Bank. With what we saw tonight.
Yep.
Who are you picking with what we know right now to win the men's Money in the Bank briefcase? As you say that, I'm going to go fix something.
All right. I mean, as I speak to your chair, I would have picked Apollo at around 9 Eastern this evening. But Matt, regardless of what happens now with Apollo, it seems like that would be a bit of a fool's bet.
Sure.
I lean towards Aleister Black. We've talked about how, and we already knew this, but when he came on with us a few months ago in person, boy, he just exuded. We talk about Drew being locked in. This guy is as laser sharp as they come, which is on display every week, and has especially been on display since Mania season. And as we talk about, we don't exactly know what it's going to look like at May 10th at corporate headquarters. But if it resembles at least as much a fight as a ladder match, I like Aleister Black in both of those type of matches. I lean towards Al. No, I lean towards Aleister.
You got two former winners in here, right? You got Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
You got King Corbin. So you want to give them the advantage. We keep going back to this, and I want to get into this point because no one's done this before, which seemed to be quite a hot topic of conversation today on the old Twitter machine. I'll get into that in a second because we did see three people who will be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Nia Jax, Asuka, Shayna Baszler. Well, they were scheduled to have the triple threat match then on Raw.
It got lively.
That didn't really get going. Ladders were used. Weapons were. How do you expect it to go if you're going to put that match together and then go, hey, here's all that stuff that you're going to use, or some of the stuff you're going to use at that match at Money in the Bank? Here's some of it right now. What do you think is going to happen with those three people?
Well, my takeaway was, you realize that at Money in the Bank, the bell must ring. It's it's going to be that, except it will actually become a match no matter what. That's how it will work. Plus three others.
Ryan pausing here, unfortunately. And quite a still, by the way, as Ryan paused here. We'll see if he's going to hang in here for a sec. If not, I will say this. I'm not surprised the way this went. I was not surprised to see this disintegrate into not a match at all because, honestly, it was a preview of sorts of, I think, what we're going to see at head back in here. I'm going to dare it. Ryan's out. I'm going to try and let him come back in. I'm going to tell him that right now because I'm still on. He wasn't even talking about Sasha Banks and that happened. So as we continue here, I thought it was very interesting today. And if you haven't, go look at Lacey Evans' Twitter. Go look at her Instagram because she is doing quite a job preparing for the Money in the Bank ladder match at the headquarters. Because as she said to Sasha and to Bayley today on Twitter, there's no preparing for this. because why? We haven't had this match before. I'm going to try and bring Ryan back in here. Let's do this. Ryan, here we go. Hey, look, it's the bump sign. Ryan's going to come back in. We're going to add him, and we added Ryan. We've each now had an app crash, so we're 1-1 on that. Ryan is connecting. Ryan's coming in with a smiling face because he loves doing Instagram lives.
I love doing Instagram lives. I just like when I'm able to do them. I do. I love Instagram live.
We're back, baby. All right, so Money in the Bank.
I'll call it a comeback. Yep.
Okay. Tonight, there was no match there. But it was, to me, Ryan, a preview. She didn't make the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Because I want to get into that. What I think we saw tonight from those three women is a very small preview. What we will see when they face off against others, which now, of course, includes Dana Brooke.
Yep. Lacey Evans.
And Lacey Evans, who I was going to get to in a second.
After blasphemy, but neither here nor there. Yeah.
Well, it's Sasha's fault. I mean, or it's Bailey's fault.
How about you finish your
fault.
Finish your thought. You know.
My point is there's no way to prepare for this, and that is what Lacey Evans exuded today and showed today.
She's
on
been
her
preparing
social
on
media.
Twitter. Yes.
She has been fantastic. And Sasha tried to get one up on her and say, oh, Bailey's never been in this match. Well, look, she won it. No one has won this type of match before. Why? Because, Ryan, it's never happened before. And that is why I'm directing people to Lacey Evans' social media, because she has ladders in a field on her compound somewhere, and she is doing different exercises to prepare for this match. And to that I say, bravo, Lacey Evans is going to win the Money in the Bank women's ladder match.
She could. She's in it through what I think are questionable means. But yes, I mean, I like Lacey Evans. I like her quite a bit.
Her hand was raised. Her hand was raised.
I think that match should have been restarted, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, Lacey Evans, much like Aleister Black, what you and I are imagining this match to be, and we have a decent idea of what it could look like, but we don't know for sure because it's unprecedented. I like Lacey Evans in both facets. She uses ladders in her real life. She fights people in her professional life. Like, it seems like the perfect combination of things. Granted, though, you are right. And that a traditional Money in the Bank ladder match can't necessarily prepare you for this. However, if Carmella enters this match as of this Friday, I will declare her the Ryan Popola favorite because she has won 2 of these traditional Money in the Bank ladder matches, and I do think that will mean something en route. And I will bring this up to her when we speak to her this Wednesday on the Bump. Money Moments. One of my favorite new segments on our morning show where we talk about sports entertainment.
Matt Camp, Ryan Popola with you here, of course, as we always are on Monday nights after a Monday Night Raw. But we also can you can find us on WWE's The Bump Wednesday mornings, as Ryan just mentioned, 10 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, on WWE Network, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Follow
Twitch.
WWE The Bump. It's on Twitch as well. And you can watch. We have Rey Mysterio coming on. He is in the men's Money in the Bank match. We have Carmella coming on. She is, it paused again.
I'm here. We're both here.
We're here. But
we're both here.
those, can you see me moving? I'm not moving. Yeah,
no, you're moving. You're moving for me.
As long as I'm moving for you, that's all that matters. Carmella, Rey Mysterio, both joining us on WWE's The Bump this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. There will be more guests. Believe me, you need to tune into this program. It's a big one. 30-plus episodes already out there for you on demand. Ryan, more of your favorites, by the way, tonight may have a path because Cedric Alexander and Ricochet beat Everrise tonight from NXT.
Yes, they did.
And then MVP kind of representing Shane Thorne and Vink.
I actually thought. First of all, are you moving yet?
No.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Totally functional for me. Hopefully, it is for the rest of the world.
That's all that matters.
I think a lot of MVP talk tonight here through our multiple attempts at Instagram Live. I thought MVP was about to come on and recruit Cedric and Ricochet. Instead, he pulled the old okey doke on the Rye guy. And Grayson, and granted, don't get me wrong, total. I mean, he's putting himself next to, at least for now, 2 very reputable competitors. But as far as I see it, the stock on Cedric and Ricochet is rising. They need a name. I'll probably talk about about that later in the week. That's a tease, what we call it in the biz. I was not. MVP is tactical as they come. But I was a bit surprised that to me right now, if there's a wagon to hit yourself to, it's Cedric and Ricochet.
Now, that's one tag team, a couple tag teams on the Raw side. But we also, Ryan,
Also know this, the Viking Raiders, Street Profits, going to
Yep.
happen.
Yes, next week.
Next week. I am excited for this. Raw tag team titles on the line. As Bianca mentioned recently, the Street Profits do not have good history against the Viking Raiders. I will install the challengers as the favorites in this matchup. What do you think?
I kind of think you have to. I love the Street Profits. But to say that they have bad history against them, honestly, would probably be a bit kind. They have the win-loss is not in their favor. To again put it mildly, this definitely is the one code that they have not been able to crack or unearth. With that said, we're in a different time and a different place, and it's now been several months since they've crossed paths last. I like the Street Profits, if for no other reason than just I think a lot of Michael Jordan talk, and I'm not going where you think, but whereas no, I promise it won't be the obvious. Michael Jordan had to overcome the Pistons. It took him a couple years and a couple tries, but once he did it, he never looked back. This might be the Street Profits Detroit Pistons moment, en route to better things. I am now also frozen though. So that was that soliloquy was, although good, possibly my last.
Double freezings here. I do want to mention one thing. We're talking about championships, Ryan.
Yep.
Someone whose championship aspirations are happening on another show may have had some bad luck tonight, because Akira Tozawa, who already has a victory in the NXT Interim Cruiserweight title tournament, had to face returning Jinder Mahal tonight and got absolutely crushed in that matchup. And that is not boding well for his chances in future matches in that title tournament. But welcome back, Jinder. You can't hinder the man.
No, unhinderable. And I got to be honest, a tough loss for Akira after, a strong start on NXT in the tournament. But with that said, the story tonight is Jinder Mahal. And it's like Akira Tozawa, had his shoulders on the mat for 3 because of what Jinder was doing. And so welcome back, Jinder Mahal. And going to insert himself into any picture or scenario that he wants, as we clearly saw tonight.
Well, there you go. That's your talk about Monday Night Raw. Hear more from myself, Matt Camp, and Ryan Popolo Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on WWE Network on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook. Follow WWE The Bump. That's the program you should be watching. Carmella will be joining us, a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Rey Mysterio will be joining us. He is in this year's Money in the Bank, and there are more special guests to come. You'll be hearing about them in the coming days, so make sure that you tune in. I will be back on Wednesday night after NXT here on Instagram with Evan Mack. Ryan will be back with Mackenzie Mitchell on Friday night after SmackDown. All of that coming your way, Ryan. I will see you on Wednesday.